Are you tired of buying gear and posting nothing? No, you're not. But since you're going to spend the money anyways, let me introduce you to the Potato Pod Plus. It's the ultimate microphone for the content that you're never gonna post anyways. The Potato Pod Plus makes you look like you're doing something, lets you spend the money, and transforms your deep-seated procrastinations, avoidance, and fears into something that's 100% organic. It's so good, you might even feel guilty about not hitting record. But don't worry, you won't feel guilty enough to actually do it. The Potato Pod Plus. Keep avoiding your dreams, friends. But seriously, there's always going to be new gear, and yes, I get it. Gear is fun. I love gear, girl. If you want to get you something, get it. If it's in your budget and, all of that. But what I don't want is for you to end up with piles and piles of gear that you are never going to use. And yes, there is something to be said about trial and error and figuring out what does work for you. But I want to give you some tips on how you can think through buying creator tools. I'm talking about what to buy first, what to wait on, and how to know if something is actually worth it for you. And are you still going to buy things that you're not going to use? Yes, guaranteed. But at least you thought about it first. Hello, my name is Marielou, and I am a recovering gear addict. I have more microphones, cameras, bits and bobs than a lot of people have shoes. And I've also made a lot of mistakes, so you don't have to. See, I made an excuse for it. Now it works. Why not? I just built my brand around it, okay? This camera is the first camera I bought with the intention of content creation. Canon Rebel T3i. But I had no business buying a camera like this that I had no idea what to do with. I got it because I'm sure one of my favorite creators was using it, and I was like, I have to be like them. And when I say I had no business getting this, doesn't mean like I wasn't good enough to be making things. It was because I already had a point and shoot camera I could have been using from the get-go. Like, I had that other camera for years. Why didn't I just use that? Because it wasn't pro enough. It wasn't what the people were using. It was excuses is what it was. So now I look at things differently. I buy things differently and have developed some key mindset shifts over the years and like many thousands of dollars later. First things first, if you are watching this video, you probably already have a good camera, either your phone or if your laptop has a camera. If you are watching this, I am willing to bet you have a camera that's good enough to get you going. I mean, half of the time I live stream off of this, I just plug a microphone directly. I plug this microphone directly into this phone and then call it a day. And the footage can look pretty good anytime, but it looks really great if I put together some good lighting. Lighting does a lot. So what I want you to take home from that is that the camera isn't the bottleneck that is keeping you from actually making your videos, even though you want to tell yourself that. It's the fact that you're not executing. And if you are not yet regularly recording with the tool you have on hand, even if it's a lower quality than your mind wants, start creating with that one. Because what I don't want is for you to buy a camera so you start creating. I want you to buy a camera when it supports what you are already doing, because you're going to be recording with what you have. Okay? You're not going to wait forever to get started. When you have a camera in your hand. The next thing I want you to think about is audio first. When you are ready to start upgrading, your highest impact upgrade is going to be a microphone. So given you have a phone or computer that has a camera where we can see you clearly enough, then the first thing you need to get is a microphone, because people will happily accept something that looks bad but sounds great versus something that looks great but sounds bad. Like, think about it. Think about it. You've definitely watched videos that didn't look great but sounded good, but skipped off of videos that sounded bad but looked amazing. Now, when you are looking at microphones, think about how you are going to use it with what you already have. So if you're filming with your phone or computer, it needs to be something that can connect to your phone or computer. Typically USB, but you look at your devices. I don't know what you have. By USB, I mean this is the USB plug of the MV7 Plus. This is XLR. So if the microphone only has this, you're going to need something else, an audio interface, in order to get it into whichever device you're going to record it. Also, just because it has the USB plug does not mean it connects directly to the device. It might just be for charging. These are the things you need to consider. And a microphone like this is, this is the same one as this one. Really best if you're just sitting at the desk. My favorite, my absolute favorite, so much that I got a replacement because I broke this one, is the Shure MV7 Plus. versatile. I use it straight with the phone. I use it straight to the computer. I stopped using an audio interface because this just worked. It just worked the best of everything. Now, if you think you are in the near future going to do a 2-person setup, get the MV7i because it is USB, right? Will plug into your computer or your phone. And then this one, which you will see is different than this one, right? This is actually an input for a second microphone. So you could plug one microphone into this one, right? Like that MB7 Plus, you can use the XLR plug with the cable into this one. Now this is the audio interface. This is that extra piece that you need in order to make that plug work. So even if you have a microphone that's not USB, but it's XLR, right? That's what you can plug into this. And then you use the USB to plug this into your phone or your computer. And then you have a 2-person mic setup with 3 devices. Microphone 1, microphone 2, and the phone. Like, we're making it too complicated, but not anymore. Not anymore. And it's designed to be put on a stand, but my stand is currently occupied. But like, you could hold it. I hold it sometimes. It's not a big deal. Now, if you're not at the desk and you're an on-the-move creator, what you want to consider is a wireless microphone. There's also ones that you can plug into the phone that are like then attached to the phone. I don't have one on me right now, but if that's the kind of microphone you're looking for, let me know. I'll find some way to show you that. But if you're going to get a wireless microphone, things in the last handful of years have really improved for the connectivity of the wireless microphones. It used to take a lot of dongles and a lot of attachments and like hacking in order to get the audio from a wireless setup into your phone, but things are so much better now. But when you get a wireless microphone, it's going to need 2 pieces. So this is a Saramonic Blink 182, the Saramonic Blink 500. So you'll see it comes with a couple of different pieces. Like this is a receiver, this is a transmitter, and then it also has like you can connect with Lightning or USB-C. So if you have a Lightning phone still, you can actually use this one. But when you get a wireless setup, it's going to need a receiver and a transmitter. So the transmitter is the microphone, and that microphone, you're going to wear it. It's going to transmit the audio to the receiver, which then translates the audio to your phone where you're recording. Make sure you check the specs. They should have the ability to also connect to a camera, which the USB mics in many cameras, I mean, things might be changing. But right, again, it depends on what you're filming on. Something like this will plug into cameras. It will plug into, because like if you look at this camera, like this camera does not have any USB plug-in at all. But on the side here is where it says microphone, right? This is an old camera, like still would be good if somebody wanted to use it. You would plug into here. So you would want to make sure it has that option as well. So that's where I think a lot of the wireless kits right now are pretty amazing. And, because I said that there was the USB and the Lightning connector, those are interchangeable here at the bottom. You would just line this up. There's like arrows that tell you which way to put it. And then you put that there and then you plug this into your phone, or you can plug this into your computer. And a lot of the wireless kits work similarly to this. And like, fortunately, this one does come with everything you need to connect it to everything you would want to. What do we have in here? All right, so you've got things like windscreens, which you would clip on here, right? So if you're outside and it's windy, that can help cut down that noise. These are the plugs that you would look at for connecting it to a camera, right? But there's a difference between the two, which is like a TRS or TRRS. And that just depends on what connector you're looking for. That's a deeper conversation that is a case-by-case situation. And then, a USB charging cord. Now, we will get into talking about ecosystem a little more later, but if you are thinking of getting a DJI camera or a camera line that already has a microphone that can connect to it, then you have a really great option with staying within an ecosystem. So you know how you need to have a transmitter and a receiver, right? You need to have the 2 pieces if you're going to connect it to your phone, to your computer, to a camera. Like the newer DJI cameras, this part, the receiver is built into the camera, so this just connects right away because it's part of the same ecosystem. Just something to consider if you are going to go down that road. And a wireless setup is good if you're on the go, but you can also use this if you were at the desk too. So if you wanted to go this route, I did for a long time. I didn't have the desk microphone. I just used a clip-on microphone, and it was great. So things I want you to think about. What am I filming on? Okay. Am I filming on the phone, the computer, or a camera? And can this device plug into my phone, my computer, or my camera? Okay, all across the board. That's what you need to look at for all microphones. And I also want you to look up, do you need anything extra to make it work? And again, this is case by case basis. We're gonna have to look at what the microphone is and what camera you're filming on, but you need to look this up because I will tell you, early mistake of mine was getting something and thinking it would just work. And then I'm having to Frankenstein something together and figure out what does work and what doesn't work, because back in my day, it wasn't easy. We had to do like things. Early Rode Wireless 1 did not have USB connectivity. So you had to use like one like this, right? And then I had to get a dongle that connected to the phone, which was still Lightning at the time. And it just wasn't easy to get it to work reliably. I mean, it worked. It just was, is this going to work situation, right? And now on the phones, at least on like the latest iOS on iPhones, you can actually make sure you go in and choose the microphone, which is like huge. Before, it used to be guessing. It was just guessing if it was connected or not. Another thing you want to think about is, are you okay with charging things? The wireless ones, you have to charge this. And if you do get like a kit that has a case, like this case is the charging case, like that, amazing. Okay, if you're okay with charging things. Some don't have a charging case and you'll have to charge things separately. Not a big deal. You just need to know you need to charge it or you're not going to be able to record. If you're someone who is not good at remembering to do that, maybe you need the one at the desk that can just go. Like this microphone never needs charging. It just needs to be plugged in. And I'm someone that needs to be ready to film at any moment. If it's time to charge something, it's over. It's over. Like I needed to be prepared if that was going to happen. Okay, let's move on from microphones to the next most impactful upgrade is going to be lighting. But when you're looking at lighting, I want you to consider the ecosystem of the brand you're looking at. So remember, we're starting with your phone or your existing camera. You probably have something you can use. Also, ask your family. Maybe someone just has a camera sitting on a shelf and that's the one you could use, like an old point and shoot. Forget about it. It would be good. It would be great. It would be amazing as long as you started recording. If you're going to start spending money, then get a microphone. Think about the types of microphone that would work for you. And then the next thing is lighting. And if we're looking at ecosystem, I have started to switch over all my lights. I had the same lights for years and years and years. They weren't causing me any troubles. I was fine clicking all of them on, turning them all on manually. But now, after years and years of being on, they're starting to die out, which is fine. It's normal. Like I definitely got the mileage out of my lights, and I'm not buying something unless it's time to actually make a change and upgrade and move things. So I purchased the Amaran Verge Max, which is the light that is lighting me over here. And I love it. This light is so fabulous, and I know it's going to be with me for a long time. Before I bought it, though, I looked at what is the ecosystem of the other Amaran lights, and can I grow what I need to grow through their product line. Now, I'm not saying you need to do Amaran. I'm very happy with what I got. This is Amaran, and then there's two Amaran lights over here, so that's how we have the two-tone background. All of them are controlled from the same app. So yes, you can push the on button, you can change all the colors and all of that from each light individually. I also can use the app to control all of them. So I can be looking at my footage, seeing what it looks like while I'm adjusting the lights, so I can actually dial it in very, very well. When I got started, nothing was connected to an app like that. But now that they are, this is why I would have you think this way. So I want you to think, like, does this brand have the lighting types that you want to grow into eventually? Do they have an app that does control them all together? Do they have the gear that I can grow into over the next couple of years? Because they're going to come out with new stuff. So if you find something that's like feels innovative and appropriate and in line with what you want to do now, chances are they're going to evolve the way you evolve as well. So when we are thinking about lighting, I'd rather you wait and buy a good one that you can work with and you can grow with, that is a good quality, than waste your money on something that's like it's going to break and you're going to need to replace it soon anyway. I want you to work towards a long-term investment and ecosystem, Because take it from me, someone who's bought cheap lights and regretted it, it's like, sure, I was lit for that moment, but it was such a struggle to get them to do what I need to do because they were big and cumbersome or weird or whatever. It was a thing. I broke so many light bulbs. Now with LED panels, it's not so bad, but shattered glass, lots of shattered glass in my lifetime as a creator. And because I want you to wait until you really have chosen an ecosystem to go with, in the meantime, sit by a window, sit in your car, use a lamp, like get a makeup mirror that has a light on it. I used that for a while, like early on. I was like, oh, this light's actually pretty nice. Like think about what you have that you can use while you make a decision on a direction you want to go with for an ecosystem. Like Neewer has it, I believe Godox has it, Nanlite has it. Friends, what I decided to go with because I really, really liked the Verge Max light. No regrets, absolutely love it. But these are the things that I want you to think about. And now, with those other things in mind, we're going to talk about a camera. And I really want you to only consider a camera upgrade when you are recording consistently and you've explored making your phone footage look the best that it can look. And I'm not going to lie, there is something to having a camera that is dedicated to recording. I understand that. But if you're not going to record with your phone, do you truly, truly think you're going to record on your camera? Because the camera's not the answer. The camera is a tool. So I want you to have a tool that supports what you're already doing as opposed to it being the thing you think is going to save you. And as someone who has been like, you must be the one to save me, it's not going to save you. Only you can save you. When you are looking at cameras, what I want you to make sure it has autofocus. Autofocus. This one, not have autofocus. You can manually autofocus. You got to come and push the button, right? That's not even really that autofocus. Like you can't sit in front of it and it focus. I had to like set something up on a chair where I think my head was going to be and then try to focus on that and then come back around and then sit and then try to like make sure I'm where I'm supposed to sit with that. Look, this light died. This one is like a rechargeable light and I put it on a plug and I think this is not the answer for this light situation. Like it's fun for other stuff, but I don't think it's my solution here. So that is on my list. It's this little baby. This one on the go, great, but I don't think the solution for my in the studio one, even though I have it plugged in. I always have her plugged in. Make sure it has autofocus because I'm telling you, you kids are so lucky. I fix this. Turn it up. Remember I was talking about how I could control it with the app? We're gonna do this. App, camera, and app. They're all in here. I can turn it all off, turn it on, and let's turn up the heat on this one, right? We can change the colors. Yeah, I love it. It's great. Next thing I want you to look for is a flip out screen. Okay, you need something where it doesn't need to flip out, you just need a screen to make sure you can see yourself. My latest favorites, I'd say it's a tie between these two. DJI Action 5 Pro, because this is a screen right here. This one's really small and compact. You can shoot with the wide angle look if that's what you want. And then the ever popular, beloved Osmo Pocket 3, because it has this screen and the camera will turn around. So it can face you or it can face away, and then, it's a gimbal. Gimbal meaning like it's got this head where it can stabilize it and you can be willy-nilly with it. You can get some like unique shots that way. So something to consider with those. Now, like when you're looking at these kind of cameras, this is very rugged. This is very fragile. What kind of person are you? Just think about it. I do suggest you look if it has decent low light performance, but I know that there's like a lot of videos that are comparisons for like low light performance. I've gotten ones that I feel like were good in low light. Am I ever filming in the low light? Not really. Not really. If the light is low, I just not going to film. Or use the phone. The phone does a really good job for that. And it's like more reliable. And then you want to see if it has like an app connection. It does. Most of the newer cameras have some kind of app connection. So if I'm filming on here, I can download directly to my phone if I want to just work on the footage right away. I also can use the app to live stream from these cameras. You got choices. And then this also gets into ecosystem, right? So the DJI mics, right, connect to the DJI cameras, the newer ones, without needing the transmitter because this part is built in already. Like pretty cool. And that's where those really are the front runners for me in on-the-go camera ecosystems. Now for sitting at the desk, I have a completely different set of camera. The one you see me here with is a Sony ZV-E10 with a 16 millimeter lens, which is how we can have this like depth of field where this is in focus, right? And it's blurry back here, but then it comes back and it picks me up. Product showcased, auto-focusing. My goodness, it's amazing. And I also have on here a black mist filter because I saw a gal with the video and had this like super dreamy, creamy look. And I was like, oh, I want that. And it was exactly what I wanted. So the questions for you to think about: what kind of creator am I? Am I a on the move creator? I'm at the desk creator, like the cameras that back here with all this setup, with all of that. I'm not carrying that around the world. No, she lives on that tripod and she stays there. And she does great. She does great. If I'm on the move, I'm taking one of these little ones or the Osmo Pocket 3, depending on where I'm going. But really, it's been this one a lot because she just legit fits in my pocket. Osmo Pocket does not fit in my pocket. Like, whose pockets does this fit in? You know, but if there's a look that you want, right? Wide angle, walking around this vibe, use this one. You want something that's like steady and stabilized. This one is good, right? You want something with this like good depth of field. Maybe you need something with lenses that you can change out and adapt and make the look more customized. But, okay, hold your horses. If you're not posting weekly yet, probably don't need a camera yet. What I want you to upgrade first is your creator routine. And the creator routine can be helped, improved, streamlined through workflow. And that can be in software. Okay, so a tool is only valuable, whether it's software or hardware, if it reduces friction between idea and upload. Okay. So if you think about, I've got an idea, you got ideas. I know you got so many ideas. You don't get to upload. Then let's think about what is happening between here and here. And then let's one at a time keep knocking down those barriers. The secret key, the cheat code, the secret sauce for me is using Ecamm to make one-take videos or record the videos, to live stream, to all those things, to get my cameras into the computer so I can see the audio levels. I can see what I look like. The footage goes straight to my computer so I don't have to worry about transferring it because it's already saved directly to the computer. It's a Mac-only program. Okay, so if you're not a Mac person, go get a Mac. I really do suggest that. I do like my Mac ecosystem very much. Again, ecosystems, okay? Think about your ecosystems. But when Ecamm came into my workflow, it became the backbone of the entire workflow because now I can sit down, I open it up, I turn on the camera, I record my thing, the footage is directly onto the computer, and then I bring that into whatever editor, unless it doesn't need to be edited, right? So Premiere Pro is my editor of choice. And I like that, again, because of the ecosystem of Adobe Creative Cloud, because I also use Adobe Express to make thumbnails and graphics. There's Premiere Mobile now. There's Firefly. There's so much. There's so much you can do. So that really depends on you. The next thing in my workflow that is so vital is Opus Clips, because it takes my longer videos and then cuts them into shorts. And like, while I love to cut my shorts, I do if I need to just make sure my channel keeps getting uploads regularly. This will reduce that friction by so much. Now, as far as connecting with audience, Stampede Social is what I use for DMs, like a DM automator. So if someone, if I have a video about the Action 5 Pro and I have a link that goes to a different video or to the product or something like that, I can set up a trigger word that says type Gizmo and I'll send you the link to this thing. Okay, that trigger word's not set up, okay? And then for music, if you want sound effects, you want some graphics, you want some title cards, things like that, Upbeat is my favorite because I think that the price is excellent. The assets are good. Yeah, I just really like that one. But here's what I want you to think about before you sign up for another tool. Is it going to help you record faster or edit faster? Is it going to close the gap between idea and upload? Is it going to help you get more uploads out? And is it going to help you stay consistent? And also, is it going to make it fun for you? Is absolutely okay to get something because it makes it fun. Because it should be fun. Stop taking this so seriously. Stop being so take it seriously, by commit and do it. But don't make it like it's not brain surgery. We're not, no lives are on the line, okay, for us to make a little video on the internet. Okay. You can cause a lot of trouble with it. So, be be cool. But you know what I'm saying. Now, another thing for you to think about, if it's like a maybe for you, is not just like what is the price, but think how often you think you're going to use it to solve the problem that's supposed to solve. Like a cost per use. Okay, so I think about that with clothes. When I'm getting clothes, what's the cost per wear? Is it something I'm going to wear a lot or not wear a lot? For a piece of gear, is it something I'm going to use often or not use often? And not use often does not necessarily mean don't get it. That just so you know where you sit with it. And I'm not somebody that gets things right when they come out. Very, very rarely am I so riled up that I get something when it first comes out, because I want to see what other people like, let them spend their money and figure it out. And then I will make a decision because I'm fine with what I have right now. But granted, my setup is fully set up. Okay, so it might be different if you're still building your setup. But the biggest upgrade that happened over the last year was Elgato teleprompter. I'm pointing at it because it's right in front of my camera. I didn't get it for the longest time because I was like, I know how to look at the camera. I don't necessarily need a screen in front of the camera in order to make that work. But it was Zoom calls. When I was on a Zoom call with my friend Kat, and she was looking right at me when she was talking, as opposed to like what I was doing is like I would watch the person talk and then I would look at the lens and then go back and forth. She was just there. It was like she was sitting across the table from me, and I was like, oof, add to cart. And for doing my group accountability calls, for workshops, for teaching, for everything, like it's really made a big difference and I have no regrets about it. So for you, when you're thinking about things, is it going to save me time? Is it going to remove friction? Is it going to get you any mental energy back? And does it improve the viewer's experience? Okay, just think about all those things. It doesn't have to be a yes to everything. I just want you to be thoughtful about what you're purchasing. And then you can decide, is this even for you? Because are you even ready for more gear? I'm going to scream this from the rooftops. If you are not already uploading, you are not ready to upgrade. And this is like a common thing. People are putting the wrong things first, right? You want to be a creator, so you're like, what's the camera? But you have a camera and you're not uploading, so you don't even need to be thinking about a camera. It's the same thing with monetization. I want to be a creator. I want to monetize. Well, you're not even making content. So, if you don't even look like somebody that a brand would hire, we don't even need to be thinking about that part yet. You need to be making videos. So, stage 1, okay? We're going to film with our phones with natural light. And when you're ready, you can get a microphone. And I want you to upload regularly for like 8 to 12 weeks. Now you got that going. Let's look into a better microphone, some lighting, somewhere where you can sit and set up and be there consistently to help you close the gap between idea and upload. When you are looking at any of these things, you're going to think about ecosystems. We're creating a system. It's not just a piece and a piece and a piece, right? We want a system that works together to close the gap. And I do applaud you for thinking about these things, okay? There's a lot to consider. A lot of people, it's just easy. And I'm guilty of this too, where I'm like, just give it to me, just give it to me, just give it to me. This is the thing that's going to change everything. It's not. You are the one that's going to change everything. You're the one. New toys are fun. Absolutely. Clearly, I like gear. I like to buy toys. I want to play with stuff. But do you need to? Okay? And you're just making informed decisions. That's all I want from you, is informed decisions, and to make sure you're actually doing your homework before you get more toys. Now, if you are at the point where you are not uploading regularly and you need a little push, and you need a place to turn in your homework, come and join us inside Video Creator Club. I am getting people to upload weekly. That is what I want from creators at the very minimum, and creators inside Video Creator Club are doing that. So if that's something you are interested in, then please let me know. All right. And until next time, go drink some water, wipe your lens, and be a good human. Now go make a video. Put the credit card down, go make a video. Okay, bye.